President Zuma calls for business unity and Kenyan teachers strike over overcrowded classes. Good afternoon. President Jacob Zuma has called for unity in the business sector. He was addressing the Black Business Summit organized by the Confederation of Black Business Organizations in Johannesburg. Zuma says the unity of the business sector is important in helping the country to achieve its transformation goals. In July, the Black Management Forum announced its withdrawal from Business Unity South Africa, citing the fundamentally flawed BUSA policies as one of the reasons. But President Zuma says unity in the business sector is imperative.
This is an important summit as it also takes place during a period when there is uncertainty with regards to business unity. The unity of the business sector is paramount in ensuring the achievement of the transformation goal. We need a unified and united business voice to work with. We therefore urge you in our deliberations to discuss the matter with a view to finding solutions.
Big Brother celebrity Brad Wood and his 4 co-accused have pleaded not guilty to all 5 charges of murder and attempted murder. Their trial got underway in a special sitting of the High Court in Delmas in Mpumalanga today. The 5 who worked as security guards at the Grootfontein mine in Springs are accused of killing 5 illegal miners during a shootout at the mine in August last year. All 5 of the accused are out on 15,000 rand bail. The case is continuing. Abongile Dumago reports.
4 suspected illegal miners were killed during an underground shootout with security at the Aurora mine in November last year. 5 others were arrested. They appeared in court on charges of illegal mining, but charges against them were dropped pending a murder investigation surrounding Brad Wood and his 4 co-accused. Wood was head of a security company used at the mine owned by President Jacob Zuma's nephew Khulubuse Zuma and former President Nelson Mandela's grandson Zondwa Mandela. Abongile Dumago, SABC News, Johannesburg.
The National Prosecuting Authority says it has dropped the murder charge against Sizwe Mankazana. Mankazana was the driver of the car in which former President Nelson Mandela's great-granddaughter was killed during an accident. Mankazana now faces a charge of culpable homicide. The accident in which 13-year-old Zenani Mandela died occurred after the 2010 FIFA World Cup concert at Orlando Stadium in Soweto on the 11th of June last year. NPA spokesperson Mtunzi Maga says they decided to drop the murder charge after evaluating the evidence.
The murder and attempted murder charges were preliminary charges, and upon further assessment of the evidence, the prosecutors finally decided on culpable homicide, reckless and or negligent driving and driving under the influence of alcohol. The thing is, with the murder charge, you require an intention, but in respect of culpable homicide, it's negligence. In terms of imprisonment, some people can get fined, some people can get suspended sentences. So it depends on the circumstances of each case.
The Labour Minister, Mildred Oliphant, has defended a recent Human Rights Watch report that slammed the poor housing and health conditions that workers on the Western Cape's wine farms. She was addressing delegates of Trade Union FAO's National Congress in Braamfontein, Johannesburg. Oliphant says government will be acting on the report and will facilitate discussions between the Departments of Labour, Human Settlements, Agriculture, Rural Development and other sector stakeholders.
The first is a review of the conditions of employment and minimum wages as set out in the sectoral determination for the farm worker sector, whilst the second entails an investigation into the feasibility study in establishing a provident fund for the sector.
Learning has been paralyzed in thousands of public schools in Kenya following a teachers' strike. The Kenya National Union of Teachers says 200,000 teachers are protesting against the diversion of funds meant to hire more teachers and ease classroom overcrowding. In many Kenyan public schools, there are more than 50 students for every teacher. Sarah Kimani reports.
The strike called by the Kenya National Union of Teachers follows the collapse of trust between the Kenyan government and the union. The union is demanding that the government employs over 80,000 teachers on permanent basis. Since the introduction of free basic education in 2003 in Kenya, the enrollment in public schools has risen by almost 300%, but the number of teachers has remained the same. While the Kenya government admits that there is a shortage of teachers, it says it has no money and therefore The union argues the quality of education has been compromised. Sarah Kinani, SABC News.
And finally, the biggest trade union in Italy is holding a one-day strike in protest at austerity measures proposed by the government to reduce the country's massive public debt. Flights have been cancelled. There will only be limited train and bus services.